Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RandoMania's presentation of this Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer one-shot tournament. We've got ourselves an epic set of races here this afternoon. We've got 4 different groups of runners that will be restreamed here today in several stages. A big tournament happening all in one day. My name is The Shades, and I will be one of your 4 commentators here this afternoon. And joining me for our introductions is my partner in crime, Matty J. Matty, how we doing?
Good morning. It's too early for me, but it's Saturday. Whatever. Hello. What a day for Mario 3 Rando.
Indeed, indeed. We're going to have numerous runners here doing the exact same seed to race to the finish line, get to the end, defeat Bowser, and all that jazz. So to give you a full rundown of what we got going on, Matty, tell us what the game plan is today.
Well, for those who don't know Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer, the rules are and regulations are up there, but for this particular tournament bracket, it's pretty simple. Everything goes to a maximum capacity of 32 players. It's a one-day, 2-stage tournament. Stage 1 will be single elimination. There'll be will be groups of 4, and 1 player from each group will advance to stage 2. And stage 2 is single elimination. Everything else will be single elimination. We continue until 1 person is left standing. Also, everyone in each group will have the same seed. So no matter what stream you watch, it will be the same exact seed for each race.
Indeed, all of our runners will be running the same race, so it'll be epic. It's a matter of which races do you want to see win this tournament. That's where you'll be following. In just a moment, we're going to be breaking off into our separate groups here. Each of us will have 1 commentator and 1 restreamer and tracker to make sure that everyone is on point. So, ladies and gentlemen, even though we're just getting started, I have 1 question for you. Ladies and gentlemen of the Mushroom Kingdom, I have 1 question for you at this time. Are you ready for some rando? And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are off. We are ready to break things off. All of us are going to head into our different rooms here at this time. So let's have some fun. Let's get this party started. And ladies and gentlemen, here we are in our room here. We've got ourselves our runners here. Proa007, Claris.com, GamerCal, and Kerbo, I cannot even read that name properly. Kerbo Chia, I think is what that is. I'm hopefully reading that right. If not, I'm pretty sure I will be corrected here shortly. I will be handling commentary and tracking here. Shout out to my restreamer, OPT Lawyer. Very awesome to work with him once again. I've worked with him many a times. And this is going to be an exciting race here, ladies and gentlemen. And I think everybody is ready, so let's see if we can't get this party started here. Let me just verify with the runners if they're ready to go. And I will unleash the beast, shall we say. All right, I think we're ready to go. The signal has been made, so let's get this race underway. The countdown is on. Let's see what our runners have to deal with today. And here we go, and we're starting out in World 5. Sky World, not a fun place to start, admittedly. It looks like we got one of our Sea Worlds here to start things up. Oh, we got Boss Bass in the first stage. And GamerCal taking the first death of the run. This game is not going to be friendly to them at all. But it looks like Proa is going to be our first runner to complete the stage, getting a star chip right off the bat. Nicely done. So already we're getting a pretty good idea of where our early lead is coming from. Proa taking an early lead. Kerbo right on his heels. Claris right on as well. Gamer Cal taking up the rear. And very quick run there for Proa. This sky stage is very easy to get through. A little bit of glitch on the pipe there. And Proa's going to get his first item here from the mushroom shop. What's he going to pick up here? Oh, the frog suit! Oh. We're going to take our little transfer pipe over here. Gonna get up to stage 5. Another sky stage. Wow, getting a lot of, well, I wouldn't say vanilla stages. Most of these are in the second half of Sky World. And it looks like Kerbo's gonna go ahead and take the fortress stage here. So we're getting a little bit of route divergence from our runners, but Proa once again blazing through the stage on his way to the tower. It should be interesting. But he's gonna have to get through that Hammer Brother who's guarding the gate. Oh, missed a shot there, but he gets the hit. Nicely done. A 5 up there for Claris. Gonna get himself some extra lives, make sure he's prepped up for some of the tougher stages to come. Oh, and it looks like Pro's gonna go ahead and go for the, ooh, got a big Hammer Brother over here. Gonna take out that, sacrificed a little bit of his health there, but he does get a hammer to use later on. That'll allow him to open up some certain pathways that are blocked off by gates or rocks, so that might help him later on. And now we're here in the tower. Meanwhile, Kerbo's gonna go ahead and take on Boom Boom. Would have been nice to have a Fire Flower for this fight, but he does take him out rather quickly there. Nicely done. I want a 1-up there for Gamer Cal. Gets himself the music box. I'll allow him to put those Hammer Brothers to sleep for 1 round, just in case he wants to slip on by. Oh! Kerbo taking a debt to the Hammer Brothers. Those Fire Brothers, not ones to be trifled with, but he does get through, and he's going to try it again. Gets an easy kill this time. To answer your question, we didn't know. All runners are on the exact same seed. So they will all be going through the same levels. Certain things will be randomized. As Proa now being the first one to head to the upper half of Sky World. Looks like Gamer Cal will be the second person to make it up to the second half of Sky World. Getting into the pipe, he makes it through. Claris right on his heels. Pro getting through the stage there, getting through the dungeon. He's got a Fire Flower for Boom Boom, which means it'll be really quick. Nicely done. Some sweet, sweet vanilla there. And, oh, we got a treasure ship floating around, too. It's rare to see those early on. Oh, we got a giant land stage here for Proa. Gotta love those giant enemies, right? Oh no, Kerbo taking a death there in the dungeon. And we got our first chance of the item match game. This will allow our runners to get some early items to allow them to pass through. Gets a couple fails. Quickly gets out of there as quick as he can. And he's checking his items. Oh, and it's this pipe level. I know this one for sure. The one with the moving platforms. I always love the underground music in the stages, I swear. It's always so much fun to watch. Alright, Kerbo now taking on Boom Boom. Gamer Cal getting the item card. Very quick fight there for Kerbo. And now Gamer Cal entering the pipe stage. Very nicely done there by Proa, blazing through that stage, had no difficulty whatsoever. Gotta love the execution of these runners here. They know the quickest routes, they know what paths to take to avoid the most trouble. And now it's on to the treasure ship. Very easy way to get some coins if you're looking to get some quick one-ups. And only a couple Hammer Brothers await you at the end. You can get yourself a free item out of the deal. Dodges the Boomerang Brothers and gets himself a P-Wing. Oh, that's a very helpful item. The P-Wing will give you permanent flight through one stage, allowing you to bypass many of the obstacles. That is going to be very helpful later on with some of the tougher stages to come. And we get our first airship stage here for Proa. Blazes through there, dodging most of the obstacles. We got Morton Cooper Jr. here. Oh, takes a hit, but gets the last hit, and down goes Morton. And that's our first victory there for Proa. Nicely done. Gamer Cow right on his heels. Takes a little bit of damage there. He's got to be careful. But he gets through. And just as Claris starts his fight with Morton. Oh, wow. Gotta love those randomized messages. And we're back to World 1 for World 2. We got a nice level here, one with a lot of floating platforms. This is probably one of the more dangerous levels. You got those Nintendo ice physics that are always a pain. You got a lot of things flowing you around, a lot of bottomless pits. But he gets through. Nicely done. Gets himself an extra life there from the end cards. And I did realize I mixed up my Koopa kids there. It was Roy Koopa there. Morton's later on. More randomized enemies here. That's one thing about this randomizer, folks, is that everything is randomized. Items are randomized, enemies are randomized, what stages and worlds are randomized. It's insane as Proa gets his complete stage 2 there. Of course, he's going to skip right to the fortress. Oh, it's an ice fortress. Ice fortresses from World 6, probably some of the more dangerous fortresses you can deal with. Again, those ice physics can really catch up with you. Looks like Kerbo is just now getting to Roy. And Proa getting through with the Fire Flower. He's going to set himself up, gets a few quick hits, and down goes Boom Boom. Nicely done there by Proa. And a little bit of sync action there from Claris and Gamer Cow, both pretty much at the exact same spot. We got our next end card screen here. Gonna give himself some coins there. Another mushroom, and oh, could he fill out the card? Nope, not quite. So for those of you just joining us, we are in the qualifying stages here pretty much of our one-shot tournament. The winner of this match will be going on to the single elimination rounds. That we'll be following up on immediately following this. We'll have a 10-minute break before we start showcasing those, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. As Proa now finishing up the next stage there in World 1. Just one stage to go before he's off to the next fortress, though he will have to deal with one Hammer Brother along the way. Oh, no. this is not fun. We got an auto-scroller here, folks. The auto-scrollers are never fun. They are a guaranteed waste of time, and this one is unskippable. Unless you have the cloud item that allows you to skip a stage, you have to play this. And we've got some boss bastards floating around. It looks like Claris has opted to activate the frog suit here. Bit of a risky play. The frog suit in regular stages can restrict your movement, making it very difficult. Gets a leaf to get him through. And yeah, as Jack confirms, this is one of the lost levels. One of these levels were not part of the original game, so we got a little bit of extra fun here. Now 3 of our runners running through this stage. Kerbo just now making it to that ice fortress. And Proa finishing up there. Gets himself another extra life than the end cards. Nicely done. Now just the Hammer Brother stands in his way. And he's going to activate the Tanuki suit he got earlier. And a Starman, so he's going to blaze through this one really quickly. And get some... Oh, well, there... How ironic. After the stage he needs it for, he finally gets the cloud he was looking for. But he is on to the next airship stage. And luckily for him, this one is not an auto-scroller, so he can blaze through it. Many of the airships are auto-scrollers usually in the vanilla game, but not in this case. Very quick fight there for Proa. Nicely done. That was like 1 or 2 hits there. Claris right on his heels. He's getting to the airship stage. Gamer Cal, I think he took a death earlier because he is having to redo this stage. I know he passed this part earlier. And we are dealing with the water state world here for World 3. Gonna have some sweet vanilla ice cream here for this one. Nicely done there by Proa, finishing up the stage, moving on very quickly there, skipping a lot. A lot of Hammer Brothers. I think this is another lost stage because I don't remember this one at all. And he gets through very quickly and gets the anchor. That will allow him to weigh down the airship should he lose a stage. Should he die on the airship stage, he'll be able to hold it down and keep it from flying away so he can immediately retry instead of having to go back and possibly have to do other stages to get back to it. Having a little bit of trouble here in the fortress. This one is one of the more dangerous fortress stages here. You can see just so many obstacles to deal with. You've got thwomps, you've got fireballs, just a whole lot of them. And yes, as we had mentioned earlier, all of our runners in all of the groups are on the same exact seed. Nice time. It gets in the door just as the P-switch runs out, allowing him to duck under and get right there. And it's on to Boom Boom round 3, and this is the flying Boom Boom. But he quickly takes him out. Nicely done. And another item card here for Proa. See if he can finish this one out. It's the 1-up. There's the Fireflowers. There's the Starman. That's a full end card there. Nicely done, Proa. He's going to go back in the pipe now. I believe the pipes are also randomized, so you don't know where those pipes are going to take you until you take them. You want to hope that one you get there quickly enough, but he makes it to the airship. answer your question in chat. The end cards allow you to whatever items you match, you get. So you can stock up on fire flowers, mushrooms, and starmen through that. Plus, get some extra lives and some extra coins throughout the deal. So it's not a bad thing to do if you want to make sure you have some power-ups going into a stage to clear some of those out. And here's Wendy O'Koopa. With Wendy, you got to be careful. Oh, never mind. One hit, one kill. Down goes Wendy. So much for that. That was another victory there as GamerCal working through the fortress. Clarice doing the end card as well. Hopefully going to finish it out. Gets a music box, and oh, we're onto the pipe world. And as chat points out, Kerbo dealing with some tanks there. Ooh, Proa taking the secret path here. Gonna get himself a big item here, and it's another Tanuki suit. Very helpful item, especially if you're dealing with a lot of obstacles. If you press down an A while in the Tanuki suit, you will transform into a statue that will pretty much make you invulnerable to most attacks. Very helpful in extreme situations. And yeah, Proa definitely just absolutely killing it so far here. He has had no problems in this stage at all, in this seed at all. Nothing is slowing him down. As both Clarice and GamerCal finishing up there in World 3. And we got another desert stage here. Proa, thankfully, with that Tanuki, you can take the upper path, which will make it a little bit easier for him. It's a lot less obstacles and some more secrets on the upper path. Oh, gotta watch out for those stomping enemies. Oh, one's right into the Koopa. Loses the Tanuki suit. That is sad. Oh, Kerbo taking a death from the angry sun. That is unfortunate. That level is not playing nice with him at all. World 3 is already giving him a lot of trouble. And we got more desert stages here for Proa. All right, Clarice now finishing up there in his first run in World 4. Very nicely done. Proa working his way through this other desert stage. Finds the exit pipe, gets to the end, and he's moving on. So all of our runners doing pretty good pace here so far. Now the randomized warp pipe's coming to play. Can this take him where he wants to go? Not quite. Gimmick is to find the warp pipe that will take you to the end of the end of the world, where the airship awaits. There are many different warp pipes to take. Never sure which one's going to take you where you want to go. Oh, sacrificial death there. And Pro is going to take a frog suit into the pyramid level. Gets himself a fire flower in exchange. Nicely done. And again, some very close race for second place here between Clarice and GamerCal. Both very close together here. And that Hammer Runner just standing there letting him get killed. Huh, sad. Pro getting himself a little lost here. He's not sure which pipe to take to get to the end. So he is playing a big guessing game right now to find that last warp pipe. I get the feeling it's trapped behind that gate, which means he's probably going to have to complete that fortress in order to get to it. He's going to have to take the end card game here. But he's just going to opt to skip it there. This is a small chance for Clarice and GamerCal to catch up. If they can find the correct pipe before Proa does, they could take the lead from him. And considering the pace they've been running at, this could be a chance for them to hold that lead. So it all comes down: is it behind, is it behind stage 6 or is it behind the fortress? He's gonna get himself a Starman here in the exit pipe. He's going to go ahead and run the fortress stage. He was hoping not to, but unfortunately it looks like he's run out of options because no matter what, he's going to have to complete this stage, this fortress, in order to get to either of the 2 pipes he has left. I think Clarice actually just finished at that fortress stage. Yes, they did. So they're going to find out where that stage is. The first quick run to the end card. Proa now going to catch up, though. He is closely closing in on Boom Boom here. Just got to watch out for those ghost candles. Ooh. Proa needs to be careful. Running dangerously low on health heading into Boom Boom. Got time his jumps, and he gets it. All right, so it looks like Clarice is going to run stage 6 here. All right, Pro going to check this pipe. Could this be the one? Close enough. Yep, that's the one. And he needs to be careful because Clarice is now right on his tail. It is almost neck and neck between Pro and Clarice here. So now we've got a race going on as Pro is now very close to the end, but Clarice is right behind him. Only 2 to 3 stages remain here. Ooh, another one of these high-end stages where you have to watch out for the bottomless pit here. And of course, you've got these flame chomps, never fun to deal with. Nice run there by Proa again. Proa, aside from that little bit of goof trying to find that exit pipe here, he has just been killing it with these stages. His execution has been very on point. If he continues this, he will get through. He's going to use the cloud to skip the fortress stage and use a Starman to help get him through the pipes, this pipe zone. Oh, and he gets rewarded with a new cloud to replace the one he just used. And that is going to pay off for him later as he heads into the airship. Oh, but Clarice is suddenly taking the lead, taking on Ludwig von Koopa. Takes him out very quickly. Pro right on his heels. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a race. Look how close they are. They are practically in sync. Proa and Clarice right next to each other here. This is anybody's game right now. Holy cow. Those are the two runners we're going to be watching very carefully here as we move on to the later stages. Oh, and we are in World 6. Oh, and that early warp pipe pays off, cuts out half the world right there immediately. Very good payoff for both of our runners. And now we've got to deal with one of the many underwater stages here. This is one of those stages where the frog suit could come in handy, but unfortunately they have both used their frog suits earlier on. Speaking of frog suits, Gamer Cow picking up one from one of the mushroom houses. That could come into play later. And again, Proa and Clarice neck and neck as they finish up here. All right, now comes our bit of diversions here. Oh, Proa using the cloud to skip a stage. He's gonna take on these Hammer Brothers, and he's gonna retake the lead using that cloud, and he gets a Starman for his trouble. Smart strategy here. He can now skip all the way to stage 7, though. He's gonna do the other Hammer Brothers stage here, using that new super card Starman to clear through and gets himself a hammer. Okay, so that's how he got the lead. He skipped the Piranha level. However, Proa has now retaken the lead by skipping that stage 6 there. Oh, is Proa taking the upper shortcut? Yes, he is. He's going to skip the stage entirely, floating over with the P-Wing. Nicely done there by Proa, saving himself a lot of time that he lost trying to complete the stage earlier. And another end card pops up, but he's going to skip that and go right to the fortress. Oh, and this is a World 1 fortress. I recognize this one off the top of my head. Is he going to go for the secret exit? Yes, he is. He's going to take the upper path. There's a secret exit up here that normally would give you a warp whistle, but obviously because this is randomized, the rules are no warp whistles allowed. So you get a fire flower instead. He moves on. So Proa has just gained a significant lead here, skipping several major stages and blazing through others. So that lead that Clarice had for a short while has immediately been stolen from him. Proa just completely obliterating these stages. Holy cow. All right, now you just gotta complete one more stage and one more fortress to get through. Uh-oh, we got a Boss Bass. One of the most dangerous enemies in Mario Brothers 3. Boss Bass can swallow you whole and insta-kill you, which means you gotta play smart and stay above ground as much as possible. But he gets through, no problem. Nicely done. Oh, and Clarice using a bit of a glitch there to pass through the wall, pretty much doing something similar to what Proa did using the P-Wing, so nicely done. It's Proa now blazing through onto the next fortress stage here. And there's one of the more trickier dungeons rooms here. It's more about patience. But he gets through without too much trouble there, and on to Boom Boom once again. Meanwhile, Kerbaskia working his way through, still on World 4. Proa has made it to the airship. That just gives you how much of a lead he has gained here from all those tricks, as Clarice is still a little couple stages behind here. Gonna get the fire flower. Oh, no, gonna skip the fire flower there as Proa. He's gonna go on. I believe that's Iggy Koopa we're dealing with now. Two, oop. Blocked by the ball, and yep, there's three. Down goes Iggy. So just 2 worlds remain for Proa. Well, Clarice now's just now getting to that dungeon there in World 6. And we are on to the Desert World, World 2 for World 6. All right, Pro, once again, blazing through that desert stage. Nicely done. Again, all of our runners are doing absolutely fantastic, and Proa and Clarice in particular just absolutely killing it. And look how far we already are here for Proa, halfway through this World 2 area. And Clarice just now making it to Iggy's airship. Oh, Lakitu not playing nice with Proa there. All right, just 2 stages remain here. If he goes the lower path, he'll have to deal with both those Hammer Brothers, but that means a couple free items for him as well, so he's probably going to take that route. Ooh, eats it, Starman. Nicely done. Ooh, that was tricky using those clouds as platforms to get up. As Clarice now finishing off Kikuba, moving on to stage 2 World 6. And that's another one down for Proa. Oh, and Gamer Cow taking a debt to that bomb there. Oh, free mushroom there for Proa from that giant Hammer Brother. Not quite what he was hoping for. See if he gets a little buck with the better one. Oh, and it's forced upon him. Another big Hammer Brother takes him out. And gets a Starman. That's a little better off. Uh-oh. Clarice has to be, it's got to be careful. Boss Bass trying to swarm him, but takes him out. Proa now working on the pyramid stage, which is also another desert stage. Oh, and Clarice gets swallowed up by Boss Bass. Boss Bass not playing nice at all. So he's going to take the warp pipe, and he's pretty much going to follow in Proa's footsteps here. And Kerbo, using the frog suit there on a water stage, gives him a little extra speed in that, as Proa has now made it to the airship here in World 2. Or, even though it's actually World 6, but you get my point. All right, Clarice now grabbing another end card. Gamer Cow finishing up another stage on his end here. All right, what boss we got? Nicely done. Takes him out. I believe that was Morton Cooper Jr. All All right, so Proa finishing up there in World 6 on to World 7, which by process of elimination has to be World 4. Let's see if the warp pipes play nice with him on this one. Ooh, took him to the other side of the map. And he gets another anchor. Oh dear, is this the stage I think it is? No, this isn't the stage I thought it was. Bro, now using that fire flower to good use, taking out these baddies. And swimming a little bit easier for him. And now Clarice onto the pyramid stage. Thankfully, only having to worry about cheeps here for the most part. Oh, and a boss bash waiting for him at the end, but he dodges him and gets to the end. Lucky boom by their Proa. As Gamer Cal taking out Iggy Koopa at last, finally moving on to stage 6, to World 6. And use another Starman, probably use another Starman for Hammer Brother stage. Gets a P-Wing for it, nicely done. That will come in handy for him later. Oh, and I see another treasure ship in the distance. Pro opting to use the moving platform to guide him across, since it's actually a little bit faster as opposed to swimming. All right, Clarice now in Morton's airship here, gonna blaze on through. All right, Pro gonna take a Tanuki suit here into the next dungeon. Oh, and immediately loses it to that Boo. Couldn't quite time his jump right as Clarice finishing off Morton Cooper Jr. He'll be heading on to World 4/7. On this move here with the falling spikes, got to be very careful. Time your jumps if you're going to take the top path. Time your movement when you take the lower path. But he gets through and on to Boom Boom. Very quick fight there for Proa. We have another ice stage here for Proa here. Now all the ice levels are starting to pop up, which is not something you want to deal with, because the ice stages, like I said before, very much a pain in the butt with the ice fixes. Plus, yeah, the added difficulty of with the fire flower, you have to be very careful not to shoot the ice blocks that have the piranha plants in it, the snapper plants. But he gets through, not too bad at all. Gets himself an extra life. All right, Pro clearing through the air, the treasure ship there pretty quickly and gets himself the Hammer Brother suit. Probably one of the best power-ups in the game. Mastery of the Hammer Brother suit can make any stage a breeze. He will probably be saving that for later. And gets himself a Starman from that Hammer Brother stage. And Chat point calling out. Apparently, some of our other runners on other groups have already made it to World 8. So these guys got some catching up to do. But Proa is definitely doing his best to clear through here. He's getting through these stages as fast as he possibly can. Very nice quick exit there. Sacrifices his fire flower to get through. All right, and this is one of the stages that no matter what, you have to complete this fortress because there's no way to skip it. In order to get that, you have to complete this to get the bridge. But we've got a tank stage. These are one of the stages from World 8, which we'll be seeing very shortly. Very nice quick fight there. Boom, boom there. Thanks to the fire flower. And he is on to the airship. Blazing through there. Nicely done. Gets to the boss. There's 2. There's 3. Oh, takes a hit, and that's 4. Still needs to get one more. There's 5. 5 hits. Well, I guess if this is the last world you're going to have to do, it makes sense to be one of the harder ones. So down goes our last Koopa Kid. Proa is on his way to World 8. So Proa now holding the lead that he's had for at least 90% of this tournament, this race so far. Nicely done. Clarice still a couple stages behind, Gamer Cow behind them, and Kerbo holding up the rear as we enter World 8 for the first time. He's gonna make sure he's powered up here. Oh, and it's a swimming stage. Not what you're hoping for here. This is one of those stages where you kind of want to have the frog suit so you can swim through this as fast as possible, but unfortunately that is not the case, so he's gonna have to take his time and get slowed down a little bit by the swimming. Plus you have this minefield of electric jellyfish. Not fun to deal with. Well, that might help a little bit, getting a fire flower. Still a few enemies that are invulnerable to it, but you can at least take out some of these cheaps. And luckily for Proa, he makes it through. As Clarice now finishing out another Hammer Brothers run, gets himself a Starman. Pro's going to check our first warp pipe to see if this will take him directly to the end. This could be a fast race if it is. Not quite. He's going to skip that because he does not want to have to deal with those grabby hands. He's instead going to tackle this fortress stage. And thanks to that Fire Proa taking out Boom Boom with no problem whatsoever. And Kerbo actually got himself a Hammer Brothers suit at some point. He is using it here on this fortress stage. Let's see if Proa made the right call by skipping that particular one. Oh, he's in the dark rooms. I was a little better off. It gives him a few places to explore. Hopefully he can find the pipe. Not quite, but it does prove that he made the right call skipping the hands, since that warp pipe would have taken him to this spot anyway. So he's going to go through this fortress stage. Again, he's looking for the warp pipe that will take him to the last set of stages leading up to Bowser's Castle. Because the warp pipes are randomized, he does not know which one will take him there, so he's going to be playing a guessing game from this point out. And he does need to hurry because Clarice is catching up. They are on their way. They are in the last airship stage now. They'll be heading off to World 8 very soon. So for Proa, it's just a matter of her quickly finding that last warp pipe. All right, clears through the fortress, gets to the next warp pipe. Is this the one? Yes, it is! Proa has got one stage left before getting to the big man. Very impressive run by Proa here, just dodging all of the obstacles. Just makes it straight to Boom Boom. No trouble at all. He is making this look easy, folks. As Clarice is now entering World 8, but it may be too little too late. As Proa has reached Bowser's castle, he's going to activate he's going to use his Hamburger Brothers suit and a Starman to give him an early advantage. He wants to hold on to that Hamburger Brothers suit for as long as possible because there is some tricks you can pull with the Hamburger Brothers suit if you can hold on to it through enough of the stage. Thankfully, with the Hamburger Brothers suit, the only thing he has to watch out for are these discs. And right away, he uses a trick to get past that one block. If you can take the upper path, you can get to Bowser relatively quickly. Nicely done. You just gotta dodge the laser beams. And a few more obstacles to go. It looks like he might be going into Bowser with the Hammer Brothers suit. This race is all but over here, folks. And immediately takes him out. No problem at all. Well done here by Proa. And ladies and gentlemen, Proa 007 is finishing 5th place here with an official SRL time of 48 minutes and 2 seconds. GG to Proa. What a race. So Pro will be moving on to the elimination rounds. We'll be seeing him again later on here in this tournament. All right, and Pro now joining us here in the channel. Pro, congratulations.
Thank you. Felt good to get that first one out of the way.
You absolutely killed it out there. Like you aside from some guessing games with the warp pipes, I don't think there was a stage that you had that much trouble with.
No, yeah, World 7 was really the only place where I really kind of hit the skids a little bit as far as that was concerned. You know, I kind of outguessed myself on that, but yeah, otherwise it was pretty good. Though I gotta say, it was kind of the greatest hits of levels I don't like to play. I think the only one that I didn't see in there, well, 8-1 I didn't see, and 7-5, but otherwise, yeah, the seed wasn't really given out a whole lot, and between that and kind of trying to grind my way through it, you know, got to see a lot of levels that I would rather not have otherwise seen.
Hey, it just means maybe you won't have to deal with them later on, right? You know, maybe you can hope for that.
Well, we can hope, but no, overall I thought I played pretty well.
Absolutely. Like I said, you know, there was only a couple levels that even gave you any trouble at all, and most of them you just completely blazed through. I was sitting there just in awe at your execution in that one.
Yeah, my execution overall was pretty good, and you know, I was only 2 minutes off of Mustard, who finished first out of all of us. You know, so he probably guessed better than I did in Pipeland, so that was probably the difference maker. But
Yeah.
no, glad to get that first one as a win.
Absolutely, you definitely earned that one. And in fact, you pretty much held the lead for at least 90% of the race. There was only a small portion. I think it was actually at World 7 or World 4 in this case, where Clarice.com got a little bit ahead of you, but then Ice World came around and used that cloud at just the right time, and from there you just took the race and ran with it.
Yeah, that's always been a long-standing strat of mine, is to use a cloud to skip a level so I can get to a hammer bro, and pretty much, you know, save myself a little bit of trouble. So, and that worked out pretty well, and it was nice to get that cloud back after I used it to skip the fort in World 7, because I was like, I just really needed to kind of get some momentum going again after kind of getting stalled playing all those guessing games.
Yeah, it paid off. In fact, as of right now, Clarice is just now getting to Bowser, so that's how much lead you had.
Yeah, it was about 4 minutes. We raced each other in the regular Mario 3 Rando a few months ago, and that seed was like really fast paced, and he was only about 3 minutes behind me there, so that's about right. And so no, he's a good runner. You know, he made it to the round of 16, so he's pretty good.
Indeed. Speaking of Clarice, just now finishing in 11th place with an official SRL time of 52 minutes 27 seconds. Amazing stuff.
That's not bad. 11 out of 26. That's pretty good. So that's pretty solid. So GG's to him.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, and we got actually GamerCal is right on your guys' heels now. He's just now into the final stages.
That's interesting. He's a newcomer to this. He's a Zelda guy, linked to the past Rando runners. So I guess he did a little practice going in, but he's kind of a neophyte compared to everyone else in this group who have done weeklies, at least one weekly, and have all done pretty well at them too. So I wonder what happened to Kerbo.
He got some very early struggles early on, and take some early deaths, and just couldn't quite pull it off. But
yeah,
he's still stuck back in. He's still in World 7 right now. That's how far behind he is. As Clarice now joins us here in the channel, GG.
GG, Pro, GG.
Thanks. GG's, Clarice. You know, like no hammers in this seed really. It's like had to actually play your way through this.
Yeah, we had what we had, and I didn't want to use it in 2, but I had to use it in World 2.
Yeah, so did I, and it's like I knew really early on the card wasn't giving anything, so that actually helped.
I got the same board 3 times.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But it was a whole lot of
like, let's go a second. Maybe I'll get lucky. Third is like, wow, it's the same exact board all 3 times.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll take items.
Fortunately, it wasn't really given anything good.
Yeah, I had a couple accessory deaths. I was glad to use the extra power-ups.
Well, sure. Yeah. I was getting a lot of music boxes out of this, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And we can now confirm at this point, GamerCal just finishing up Bowser as well. And as he enters the room, he will finish with an official time in 14th place with 54 minutes and 41 seconds.
That's impressive considering, you know, this is relatively new for him.
Yeah, that is really well done. Then again, he you know, just because he's mainly a Zelda 3 guy doesn't mean he doesn't know how to game. So he may have.
I'm sure he's very good at Mario, but you know, it is kind of learning its own language, like it is with Zelda randos, which Clarice and I have both done. You know, you kind of learn a different mindset in a way.
No, he started just after the tournament finished. I know he's been putting some seeds in, not as much as you or I, but he's been putting seeds in. He's been doing it.
GG's to him.
Nope. Okay. We'll try though.
Yeah. So it looks like at this point, Kerbo is going to be pretty much out of this run. This is the end for him, which is unfortunate because he just struggled from beginning to end, unfortunately. Anyway, so basically, yeah, we're just watching Kerbo finish up. He's still in World 7. That's how far behind he is, unfortunately. Let's see if we can get Gamer Cal in here real
try
quick.
To drop down and get to the door. And guess what? That's not very safe, is it, Alex?
And Gamer Cal joining us here now at this time. Gamer Cal, GG.
Yo, how you doing?
Doing good. How'd you feel about this race?
Really nasty deaths in a couple of places, but overall, about better than expected. So, yeah, alright with that.
Yeah, as we were talking about earlier, you're a relative newcomer to this particular randomizer, and for a first time around, you didn't have bad.
Yeah, I have never tried to speedrun this game at all, as it's fairly obvious by some of the stuff, but I can't remember when I started playing this. I didn't know about it until the first tourney was underway, and I was thinking, oh man, if I knew about this, I'd have joined, even if I would, be terrible anyhow. So I just picked it up off the tourney, played with the seeds there, played with the flags and stuff there, and it's been really good fun, gotta say.
Nope. They finished?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, you did pretty good. I mean, you made top 16, which is really impressive for a first time around. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that, that's for sure. I'm terrible at end cards, though, apparently. Today is not an end card day for me. But, oh well. I was sort of thinking, normally if I don't get it done or close to done within about 4 goes, then I just give up on it because it's not going to work out. And I didn't really get a whole lot off of it at that, so I was like, nah, whatever. What happens, happens. So let's just go, and yeah, I shouldn't need too many extra items and stuff that way. So
yeah, the end card wasn't giving out anything, so that kind of made things a little easier for me down the stretch.
Yeah, I was so sad to see that World 7 pipe and just not being able to go there. Yeah. I was so sad at that because obviously using the hammer beforehand and the previous world, and just, I don't know, it didn't work out. But World 3 went pretty well, going with, entering that first pipe, seeing exit stage 9. It's like, yeah, sure, why not? Just go ahead and go from there. Seems to work out, well, it works out about 2/3 of the time, Mike, because if you don't get locked by the other pipe there, then it's fine, because you either do the same number of stages or you get to go straight to Wendy. So I don't know. I
actually had it worked out where if that did happen, I would have just doubled back, use my cloud on 3-6, go to the hammer, bro, and then just pick 3-4, 3-5, and go on my way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay.
My gate was down too.
So it wasn't ideal, but I wasn't terribly concerned about it. Just would have meant a longer World 3 overall, but it also would have meant 2 hammer bros. So maybe something good would have come out of those guys.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of a a little bit of a calculated risk, but one I was more than comfortable in taking.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I love doing these randos, so, and it's not a bad thing that everyone on the channel.
So at this point, like what we're seeing right now is Kerbo's still finishing up in World 7 right now. That's how far behind he is, unfortunately. Ooh. Yeah, he hasn't even finished World 7 yet. It's been a rough race for him from the start. He took an early death early on, and unfortunately it's just kind of fallen apart for him here.
Oh, I got eaten in the first 10 seconds. That was great.
I saw that! Boss Bass was not playing around with you.
I saw the giant plant and I was like, okay, I can't really get up on the pipe here, so I was trying to get back across and it just, nope, gulp. I was like, oh, okay, right, well, game plan number 2 then, just don't quite go over that far until the water comes back up.
Yeah. Oh, man.
There we go.
But still, again, you're in the top 16. I believe that does mean you're moving on. So
yeah, you get me next.
Oh, that'll be fun. No, I'm just here to have fun with it anyway. I wasn't even expecting to win one of the races, to be totally honest with you. So, like, I can relatively consistently sub-hour just about every seed I'm playing at the moment, but that doesn't necessarily mean a huge amount with the way some of these can go. There's still a big amount of variance for it, but yeah, I've been dying at least a fair bit less. There were more deaths in this than I'd have liked, especially to the Larry, I think it is, in the first thing out, just a one-hit earthquake, but I got stunned right from the start, so I was caught between him jumping and the wand power above me, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? I can't go anywhere. So, oh well. But yeah, I guess also as a note to self, that water auto-scroller has got a down pushing pipe at the end of it, even if it doesn't look like it's got any bubbles going there. So that was an unfortunate death. It cost a lot of time, but you'll learn. It's fine.
Another thing I noticed that was helpful was that a lot of the Koopa kids were like one-shotted. Like half of them only had like one hit. I was like, wow, I didn't even get a chance to describe who it was or what their strategy was, and just boom, dead. Like, okay.
Yeah, I only think we saw like one legitimate Earthquaker. I think the other one was a one-hitter.
Yeah, Wendy was a one-hitter, Larry was a one-hitter,
Hopefully it's a quick roll 8.
the only one that really required some work was Iggy at the end. He was a 5-hitter, but he was an Earthquake. So, nice to get this off on a good note, see how the next round goes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I got one of the clips at least. Like, I had to try it both, but I don't actually know how you set that up. It was one of those, I've seen it in some of these races before. I was like, okay, there's not too many moving parts here, let's just have a go at it in one of my tries, and yeah, I have a clip actually of the first time I got that, because I got it first go, the first try I attempted it, and I was like, wow, okay, that'll never happen again, but you know. It's these sorts of just little joys of starting, racing this sort of stuff. It's a lot of fun, so...
Oh no, Kerbo's doing the hands. He's doing the hand stages.
Oh dear.
Well, it's going to work out for him in the long run because, it'll take him to the dark area, so it'll even out for him, but it's not ideal having to do all this.
Yeah, because I saw on your screen, Pro, that basically the other pipe leads back to the dark area anyway, so there's really no point in doing this at all. Right.
Yeah, actually, the seed I was playing before this, the original setup was exactly the same as what I got in this seed, and I thought it couldn't possibly be the same way again, because it ended up being a hand bridge required, hand bridge taking you straight to Bowser. But, nobody wants to do that, so I had to do everything else, and I had to play some pretty unpleasant levels, including the water scrolling levels. So, only to find out, oh yeah, it was hand bridge all along.
I can one-up you on that one. Like, okay, the last one I had was hand bridge required, but the one before that was basically double bridge required because there was no hammer for it. So I had to go across the bridge to get the flat airship done, and then come back so I could go to the main area again.
Yeah,
really?
That's pretty awful. Yeah, I think that's happened to me maybe once.
This is the one I want to go for.
Also, gotta give a shout out to our fans from RandoMania2 who are now joining us in here. Hopefully you folks at home are enjoying these races so far. We're gonna have a lot more coming up this afternoon, and in fact, in about half an hour, we're gonna have our next set of races. We're going to be starting our elimination rounds, and I can only imagine the kind of races we're going to be seeing from there.
Yeah, it should be some good ones. Bracket, because, yeah, it should be some really good ones, I think. Sure.
Easy star kill.
Oh, there are. Challenge pages have been updated.
Yeah, it's like Tapatio and Classic and in Group C, that's going to be really good. That's a really good matchup.
Mustard and the Cobra in Group
That's
F.
another really good one. And Mustard just technically won this race. Macobra, I think, was 3rd or 4th. So Macobra has won the weekly twice. So that's good. Those two are going to be really, really good races.
It was interesting to handicap a Group of Death in this one, but it looks like I think that's going to be Group F. They're going to go. It's a heavyweight knockout fight at this point.
Yeah, Group C and Group F. Yeah, those are going to be two really good ones. For sure. That I'm looking forward to that.
Indeed. Okay. So here's what we're going to do, folks. We are going to go ahead and wrap things up for now. Because we're pretty much at the end anyway. Unfortunately, Kerbo is going to have to finish up on his own. If you guys want to see the rest of his run, you can go over to his channel and check it out. And make sure you give a follow to all of our runners here, Pro007, Clarice.com, and GamerCal as well. Make sure you give these guys a follow. And, of course, keep your eyes peeled on all of our RandoMania channels, RandoMania 1 through 4, because we will have many more races to come here this afternoon. So expect a lot of excitement, a lot of amazing races here. I'll be back later on for some more commentary as well. If you enjoyed my stuff, you can follow me at the Shades AT on Twitch. And, of course, shout out to our restreamer, OPT Lawyer, who helped put this restream together to give you guys an amazing race. Show him some love as well. In the meantime, oh, actually, scratch that thought. I just got word that we're not stopping yet. We're going to finish this race.
He's almost there, so...
Yeah, might as well. He's pretty much right at Bowser here. He's just getting to this last set of stages. So let's give him some love here. Let's cheer on Kerbo and let him finish this up, shall we, folks?
Yeah. He's earned it.
Absolutely. I will say, that one Hammer Bro that gave the Hammer suit in World 6 or 7, I think it was 7 actually, the last one that I killed was really convenient because I did not have a suit for the whole time. I was thinking, if I'm not going to go and get the end card, then I'm going to try and get a Hammer suit out of the mushroom houses, because I've had that a few times, and obviously that didn't work. But...
One of the cards did have a hammer, because
I believe it was
right away, because my first round through the end card, I got like 3 matches in a row, and I think one of them was indeed a hammer, but that was total luck. I had my little cheat sheet ready and everything, and it's like, but after that second round, I was like, okay, this card isn't giving anything, so, which is informative, because I mean, it saves me some time. I can ignore them every 80,000 points.
It stopped the toe dive search pretty quick when I found my suit.
Kerbo, what are you doing?
I think that's his.
No.
I think that's a statement of defiance. So
yeah, he killed Bowser and then just sacrificed himself.
Whoops!
Like, what are you doing?
For the fans.
I guess. I'm gonna get ready. So thanks again, Shades. Good commentary as always.
I appreciate it, my friend. Good race from you, all 3 of you as well.
All right.
Oh, good luck to all 3 of you. Hope to see some of you guys in the winner's circle.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, best of luck, Pro.
All right, you too.
And trust me, this time, no messing around. Like, I'm going straight for standing at the door. I was just jumping around because I wanted to celebrate.
Oh, we can actually, I just noticed we can hear Kerbo talking. I think his mic's not muted. And we could hear him. Apparently, he was just celebrating. He just jumped into the hole by accident. All right, so round 2 with Bowser here on Kerbo's side. It's all right, OPT. I just noticed it myself, mainly because we were too busy talking the whole time. And he's not playing around now. He's going to wait by the door this time like you're supposed to. Yes, he did gimmick Soldier. He died right at the end. Anyway, I think he forgot to dot done, but we can roughly call it around 1 hour and I'd say 1 hour and 10 minutes, give or take. Still an incredible race here. Hopefully everyone here enjoyed our run here today. And don't go anywhere, folks. Keep your eyes peeled on these channels. We're going to have more of these races here to come as our one-shot tournament continues here in the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer. Keep your eyes peeled. Well, now we're going to be entering the elimination stages, and we're going to keep whittling them down until only one remains. It's going to be exciting. So, folks, don't go anywhere. Make sure you guys enjoy. Make sure you guys stick around. Make sure you give all of our runners a follow. Make sure you give a follow to myself and my restreamer here, OPT Lawyer. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And now we will officially wrap things up here. Hopefully you guys continue checking it out. Thanks, OPT. In the meantime, I want to thank you guys for tuning in so far. Keep your eyes peeled here on the shades, and we will see you guys later. Rock on!